Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to a brand new episode of 2TallPodcast. I am your host, Derek J. Hall. 2Tall Hall, call me whatever you want, but make sure you call me handsome while you're doing it. And I cannot do this show. I cannot do this show without my co-host, Quentin. Look at him. All nice and show the people your shirt real quick.
Hey everybody. So my shirt says I
I
don't
don't
date
date scorpions. Oh, Scorpios.
Scorpios.
I keep saying scorpions.
But I really just had to have the shirt because I am a Scorpio myself. So
Yeah.
it's just a little ironic thing.
Listen, before we get started, one thing, our guest, I'm so happy. This man, I'm not gonna put our business out there, but me and him, we've known each other for a good time. I'm so happy he could be on. Vernon, he's gonna be our guest. We're gonna talk with him later because our topic today is why are black gay men fetishized in the gay community? We'll dive into that a little bit later. But before we get started, I just want to say thank you for everybody that tuned in. To Quentin, did you do your eyebrows?
Yeah, they got a little help today. They got a little assistance in there, or whatever. You can
You
tell the
look
difference.
good.
I'm trying to
I,
be like you.
I'm like,
I mean,
okay,
yours are natural, but I'm trying to be like you.
you look nice.
Thank you.
You got a date after this?
Yeah, I got a date with the bed. Me in the bed.
I want
In
to
the
thank
bed.
everybody tuned in last week. I want to thank Marlon. Marlon was our first collab, and I'm so happy that we did that episode. We're going to actually be coming to his studio now, and we're going to be on his show. I'm looking forward to that. So please like, share, and subscribe. I see that ever since that, we got like 62 subscribers. We can get to 100. Keep tuning in. Keep liking what we have to say, and join in. I noticed, please feel free to leave a chat, leave a comment. We want to hear from you. What if it's good, bad? We just want to make sure you're entertained and you're having a good time.
Yeah, thank
So
you,
this,
everybody.
yeah, thank you. So a lot to talk about. We're gonna kick things off with hot topics with D and Q. Um, Netflix may have should have popped their own balloon. Um, I had some info, please, so bear with me. So
Okay.
the hit show, what's it called, Quentin? Um,
Pop the balloon.
Pop the Balloon. It was a um, popular YouTube channel, dating show, and it's on YouTube. Netflix wanted to adapt it. They want their hands on it, and they wanted to put it into this live action dating show. So far, it has hit rock bottoms. Um, you
Ooh.
know, where do we begin? First off, the producers of husband and wife duo, they have no feel for it. That I think they just made them the executive producer, but I'm pretty sure Netflix has more say because I don't look at the show on YouTube. I skim through it because
Mhm.
personally I think both are stupid. I'm not going to be biased. Both are stupid. However, if you have your own craft and this is something that you built and
Mhm.
it's being tarnished like how it is, it's crazy. First off, they replaced because I believe the wife. I please bear with me. I don't know names. I don't have no paperwork on stuff. I'm usually prepared. But the wife that is the host on the YouTube show, you know her
Mhm.
name, Quentin?
I do not actually.
Right.
I'm so
But
sorry.
she was the host on the YouTube show, and they got somebody else. Now, the person who they got to be the host for the Netflix popped the balloon. You know her name?
Yes. So her name is Yvonne Orji. She played
Yes.
Molly on Insecure. She's also a
Yeah,
comedian.
gotcha. So
Mhm.
yeah, she's doing it. And there's already red flags with that. There are people saying, why would you take her out just to put this woman in? Um,
Mhm.
Not throwing shade, just reading the comments because there's a lot of comments. And then let's get to the point where the celebrities are coming on. Johnny Banana, he first 10 minutes in, he's calling a contestant a gorilla because he said the comment was, how do you like people's feet? So he was looking at people's feet, and then he said that she looks like a gorilla or a monkey that swings upside down because she had like fuzzy sandals, but still. So there's your train wreck
To a
right
black
there.
woman.
Yeah, it was a black woman. And thank you. Segue. All the contestants on the YouTube show, I skimmed through. Like I said, they look good. The females look good. Black kings and queens. I'm not throwing, but the brothers look good. The women's look good. But this one, it's like they look like they paid actors. They're all white people. All these like these influencers. I'm money makes you money makes you have power over somebody. That's like if Netflix was to take Two Tall Podcasts with D and Q and replace you with a white
Kevin
man.
Hart. Oh,
Oh, Kevin. Well, I wouldn't be mad. But yeah, that's like you.
I meant
Oh, you know what's funny? Shaquille O'Neal being replaced with me. Kevin Hart being replaced with you. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. We'll probably get more ratings. But what's your thoughts on this being taken over like how it has? Should Netflix have left it alone, or do they not get black culture and that's why it's fucking up?
I feel like, well, first of all, I have never watched all the episodes or anything on YouTube, the original. I've just seen the clips and things like that. I know the premise of the show. It's entertaining or whatever, but I can take it or leave it. But I haven't seen the
Hmm.
Netflix version yet. I'm thinking that when Netflix acquired it from the couple and put their money into it, they probably just, well, like you said, they wanted to kind of put their own flair on it or whatever, which is why they got a different host and all that stuff. But like you said too, with them being like mostly white contestants and stuff like that, it speaks to a bigger problem, which is that a lot of companies don't have enough of us and people adjacent to us at the top level that can be like, you know what, that doesn't necessarily look right. Maybe we need to change that up a
Yeah,
little bit or something. And so, you have a lot of clear people at the top who may not know other cultures and, you know, you know what I mean when I say clear.
yeah, I do.
But no, they may not know other cultures that well. And so they're just not really culturally competent to what we got going on and all that stuff. So,
Yeah,
you know.
it's like they don't understand that it's big in the culture. Even I'm not part of it. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think that's for all dating show because,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna put two because um, somebody I was having this discussion with, he may look at it, but let me just finish my thought. Um, I just they don't understand when a good thing is good and it's not broken. Don't touch it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
white 9 out of 10. It's probably a white man that said, "Hey, let me take this because it's popular," and they're doing their best to try to get with the young people. Mind you,
Mm-hmm.
wrong audience. You're getting
Mm-hmm.
the wrong audience, and it's not even about the color. It's not even about the age. It's mainly about the color because there wasn't that many people on there, and it just seems cringy. When I saw
Mm-hmm.
the a clip from the show. It looks like it's not scripted. It's all real. I don't like them trashing each other and stuff but it felt authentic. I'll say that. That on
Yeah.
Netflix just felt like they was doing it for an audience. I think there's an audience there too.
Oh, is there an audience
I
there?
think so. I
I
just
mean, I can see them doing that, especially with them trying to put their own spin on it. But
do you
I don't
know?
know.
And my friend, he believes that you can actually find love on these dating shows. He gave an example of this show called Love's Not Blind or Love is Blind. Do you
That's
honestly
also
think?
on Netflix too.
All right, don't. We're not advertising for them no more. Uh,
Okay, okay.
I'm playing with you. But do
We
you
need them
really
dollars,
think?
Netflix. We need them
Do,
dollars.
do you really think you can find love on these dating shows?
In my true, honest opinion, no. I think you can find people that you vibe with, or let me not be completely negative. I think it's possible, but I think the chances of finding lasting love are very slim to none. Because what you don't realize is that when you go on these shows like that, you're not in a real life circumstance.
Yeah,
Like if you're like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette,
I was.
you're
Yeah,
away from the whole world. You live in this house with all these other people, and all you are focused on is competing against each other or like dating, and y'all are dating the same
yeah.
person and all that kind of stuff. But you're not out in the real world with everybody else and with the news going on and all that stuff. So once you leave that, you go back to the real world with this person that you fell in love with. Now y'all got to actually deal with the real world together, and it's a different scenario than when
Like,
y'all met.
are you fighting to get a spot on the show, or are you fighting because you really like Jacob? Let's just use him, Jacob as an example. You know,
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't look at it. I know they had a black bachelor. That dude looked mad skinny. No, thank you.
I think the last one they just had is black.
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't watch the
that's what I
show.
was talking about. I see the commercial because I look at ABC
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, I just, you know, Netflix or any Hulu, whoever, if you see something popular on YouTube, like that show Hot Ones, that's real popular on YouTube. When they
I
like,
love Hot Ones.
don't fuck it up. It's not that
Right,
hard. Just leave things the
right.
way it is. You don't have to put your spin on it. All right,
Yeah.
just you know,
It's like you
and
said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
and what you need with that show anyway. All this amazing content on YouTube. I mean, on Netflix. You know, are you desperate because you is coming to an end? That's a good show. That's a good. You ever seen You?
I haven't seen you.
You should see You.
It's
It's a good
on.
show. It's on Netflix. Damn, all this
I know,
advertising we
right?
doing
We
for
are
Netflix.
throwing all this
We moving on.
advertisement out for
We
this.
moving on. They ain't gonna get this kind of exposure.
Uh-huh.
Originally, for the record, because they like to take shit. Um, You and somebody quote me. You was really on Lifetime. It was a show on Lifetime. Netflix said, "Wow, we gotta have it," and then they turned it into a series. So it was originally on
Oh,
Lifetime.
interesting.
'Cause that's a network for desperate, crazy people and killing
Hmm.
people. So, but yeah, so
I gotta say one thing too about the pop the balloon thing. I don't really understand. Well, yeah, I do. I just answered my own question in my head. I was
no,
gonna say
go
I don't
for it.
understand why Netflix would want to take Pop the Balloon and put it on their service for people to watch because people can watch YouTube for free, but Netflix you have to pay for it. So
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? So I see
because the show is
Netflix
still
worth the
going on.
dollars on YouTube.
Yeah, it's still going on. The
See?
original, and they're wasting their time trying to compete because people are still going to the original. So
Yeah, that they can watch for free as
for
opposed to
free, yeah,
watching this zhuzhed up,
yeah, because
watered
we
down version
because
or whatever
because here
that
at
you
Two
gotta
Talk
pay for.
Podcast with D and Q, we love YouTube
Yes, we do. We love YouTube. Yes, we do.
and Spotify.
And Spotify.
And I may be getting Apple Music soon. A lot of people saying, "Oh man, I don't have Spotify." I'm like, "Fuck you." So I may do
Hey, we
Apple
got
Music.
choices and variety, honey.
Yes,
So,
yes.
but I'm a Spotify person.
Good.
You can say that.
So we're gonna go from that to no same Oh fuck! I'm just messing up. I'm tired. Leave me alone, people. Got off work. So this was supposed to be. You know what? There's a video. Thank God for videos.
Let's see it.
Um,
I will. 9 states
Oh,
listed
Hope
nine
Giselle,
have
that's my
introduced
girl.
legislation to end same-sex marriage. And before anybody struck this off as just politics, let me run it down for you. We're talking about Michigan, Texas, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. And baby, it ain't random. It's coordinated, it's calculated, and it's Christian nationalism dressed up in legislative drag. But here's the part that's going to really make your stomachs turn. 8 out of 9 of those states will allow for child marriage. Yep, you heard me right. Child marriage. Tennessee says that it's not legal, but it's valid unless somebody blows the whistle on it. Oklahoma has no minimum age at all, and Missouri killed a bill that would have added protections. And Utah, while it's not on the list, still holds the top spot for most child marriages because apparently marrying kids is less threatening than 2 grown adults loving each other. Let me say this plain. These states are more invested in punishing queer love than protecting actual children. Because how do you square this morally, spiritually, legally, and humanly? You don't. You can't. You just admit that it's not about protecting tradition. It's about control. It's about patriarchy. It's about weaponizing religion while ignoring the real harm happening right in front of you. And I get it. Some of y'all grew up being taught taught to fear what you don't understand. But that fear is costing lives, love, and liberation. So I'm extending an olive branch, not because I think this conversation is easy, but because I believe in the possibility that some of you are tired of being lied to, that maybe, just maybe, you're ready to hear the truth. Because the truth is, if your joy depends on someone else's oppression, it was never joy, it was power. And what kind of power? That kind of power, the one that rots everything that it touches. So the question becomes, when are we going to stop letting these people misdirect or distract us and create division? Because while we're legalizing hate and harm, people who actually love each other are being forced to pretend like they don't. So until you get it together and realize that everyone is deserving of love, but no one is deserving of the love of a child that they have to force into bed, I'll wait.
Oh,
so
Giselle,
y'all
ladies
talk
and
about
gentlemen.
So I love it. So she was saying a few states that are putting legislation, I can't pronounce that, to remove gay marriage, but are putting also an effort to approve child marriage.
To adults.
To adults, yes.
Let's make sure that's in there too.
And I just find it baffling, and I agree with everything she said, that the fact that two gay men loving each other is so scary that we're willing to focus on that but overlook the fact that you want to marry a child. I just find that to be disgusting. And you want to talk about an abomination right there. That's an abomination. I'd rather kiss Quentin or any man, any color, I don't care, than to marry a child. And this, it's always the white people doing crazy, intense bills, and they're doing a bill, and it's that fails in comparison. But they're doing a bill, I heard, in Florida to make President Trump birthday an effing holiday. No, don't focus on the real stuff going on in this country. Let's focus on making his birthday a holiday. But back to the same-sex marriage. I always felt, listen, if gay men want to be miserable with the rest of the straight people and be tied down, what's the harm in that? What's the harm in that? If someone wanted to love, we and I'm not about to shit on America, but we brass that this is the place of freedom and stuff, but yet we're having trouble trying to love who we want to love. Every time there has to be a bill or a right to try to remove something that's different, move something that doesn't seem right. Quentin, what's your thoughts on this? Stuff like this is just disgusting.
Stuff like this is disgusting. And because of stuff like this, even though a lot of this is Mr. Orange Man in charge right now, I am going to shit on America a little bit. Because we get taught all these things like we're this great country. I mean, I'd say we're not a great country or have the potential to be, but we're this great country. No, we get taught we're the best country with the best everything. And like, we're starting to learn more and more about what's really going on behind the scenes. It ain't what they always tell us, So, it's a lot to figure out.
Yeah, I just, and I kind of want to see what's the age limit that you can marry somebody, like a child wise.
I think in some states it's like 12, 13. Right. But you don't want two grown adult men or two grown adult women who love each other. But a grown adult person can marry a 12 or 13-year-old.
Some of the states that she said, I think it was all country states like Kentucky and Wisconsin. It was them doing some weird shit.
They're definitely all red states. Let me say that much.
Say it again.
They're definitely all red states. Let me say that much.
Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, 12 years old. This country, man.
Like they actually want to make legislation to make that legal.
Well, listen. You got a rapist at the top of the, you know, starts
Mm-hmm.
at the top, and so if they pass that, that's gonna have so much backfire. I'm telling you. I truly believe not every person in Congress is a crazy pedophile nutcase. I truly believe that.
I don't think they're all that. No, I hope they would do the right thing though, because sometimes they get so focused on either their party's goals or about their next election.
Right?
But I don't think this is something that most people in the country want either. I mean, most people don't want children to be able to be married to adults.
I'm gonna have faith in this country. I'm gonna say I don't think anybody's going for this. I don't
Some
think.
people are, but the majority of people I hope are not.
Well, that's a special place in fucking hell, and I do my best not to cuss on this show. But I'm tired. I'm pissed off, and some of these topics I be trying to get some research on, if I can
Hmm.
come and tell you what's going on. Because Marlon said something to me last week before we started. He said some of your topics I don't hear about. Boom, that made me
Oh, that's
smile.
good.
That made me smile because we're bringing it to light. Because it's not
That's
getting enough
good.
attention.
I like that.
You know. So yeah, but hopefully this one. So this is a nice segue because this one I got right. I should have had a picture. Usher declines to give grapes to a 16 girl. Okay, I didn't get it right. I'll be better next Monday. I'm tired. But yes.
We
So
got
there
real
was
jobs, y'all.
um there was a video of Usher. Um, he was feeding grapes to a 16-year-old, but he was like, "How old are you?" And she said 19. And
Mm.
then he was like, "I'm gonna just keep it moving. I'm gonna feed your friend." But you shouldn't be feeding anybody. I don't think you should be feeding anybody at your concert. 16, 17, 18. If you're gonna feed somebody, I think you should try to do it 28 and up. 28 and up. Or 30 and up. But when you're feeding somebody 19 and you're cool with that, Usher, come on, man. You don't need to be feeding anybody grapes.
I have questions. I have thoughts. So, question being, if the girl was, would you say 16?
Well, she said 16, but no, Usher thought that she said 16, but she really said 19. But still,
Okay. Okay. I misunderstood that at first because I was going to say if she's 16, she's not there with any
yeah,
adult representation, which I mean, I guess you still could, but Usher has like an adult show though, so I don't know. But also, he can't really ask everybody in the audience how old they are either. You know what
they
I'm
can
saying?
always lie. Cause he, not to cut you off, cause he was like, "You really six? You really 19?" And she was like, "Yeah."
But I mean, like in his show, he's not going to stop and start asking people, "How old are you? How old are you? How old are you?" You know what I mean? But I have an example of how like age, the way people look,
Yeah,
especially these young ones. Perfect example today at my store. This man was in there with his wife and his two daughters, and his two daughters were trying on some stuff. I hadn't seen the daughters yet, and he was like, "Yeah, I have a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old, and they don't look their age." He was like, when my 16-year-old comes out, you're not gonna believe it." And so as she's coming out, I saw her face first, and already her face looked like she was like 23, 24. And
yeah,
that's nothing on her because it's not like she had a lot of makeup on. She just had an adult face. And then I saw the rest of her body, and she was just like, yes, and like all the hips. And she looked like a grown woman. And she is 16. Like, I never would have thought she was 16 if I just saw her on the street. I would have swore she was like 24. Just by, with the face and all the body. And it's
yeah.
just, so it's hard to tell how old somebody is just by looking at them. And he can't ask everybody in the audience how old they are.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. You singing is what made you famous. I don't think you need to start feeding your audience members food. Because I noticed Chris Brown is doing something where he's doing a script show every now and then for his audience. So maybe they're trying to shake it
Hell,
up. I don't.
you know sex sells. I don't care how, you know, they're those type of artists too, where
You
they
just got to be
incorporate
careful. You catch a
fantasy.
case, though. You catch a case. He'll be doing
Yeah, I
another.
mean,
He'll be doing
it,
another confession song.
but it's legal to feed people.
Confession.
That's not illegal to
I
feed
know,
people.
I know. We you'd
That's
be
legal.
surprised what isn't illegal. I had a brain fart. Sorry. Um.
Wow.
Now this one right here. Um. And you know what? I'm gonna have Vernon wave at me if you're still around. Vernon. Yeah, I'm gonna have Vernon help me out. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
bring him in. First off, let me introduce my friend Vernon. Vernon. Hi.
Hey, Vernon.
What's up?
So that's my co-host Quentin. That's my friend V. Um, help
Nice
me
to
with
meet you.
this topic, Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
You know you live now, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Stupid. All right, I go to you, Quentin.
Uh,
So, Kamala Anthony, black privilege or self-defense? You heard about this story?
mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, go
Oof.
ahead. Oh,
No,
no,
I
go
was
ahead.
just gonna say there's so much out there on this one, but you know, it's a tough one because it almost sounds like, I mean, it seems like self-defense. I'm also biased too because I'm a black male,
Yeah.
but there's so many different mixed stories and everything like that that I don't necessarily know what to believe. But what I do know is that you always have to question what the police say. Like, always question what the police say. I'm gonna leave that right there.
Well, there was a something that I saw online of and I'm about to get it right now.
Mm,
One sec. Um, there was a comment that I just found dumbfound and
hmm
wanted to bring it and all right. So it says take this down. So this dude on Reddit said, I'm not black or white. I'm not even American, actually. The recent Carmelo Anthony case, I think, shows that black privilege is a thing. My opinion is that it exists, period. Carmelo Anthony killed Austin Metcalf with a knife for pushing him. What did he receive in return? Overwhelming support in the form of $500,000, which they're using to buy a mansion. Which they are using to buy a mansion. So you can tell this person ignorant. Not every black person's trying to buy a mansion. He also
Right.
got he also got his bond reduced to $250K from $1 million, even when prosecutors pointed out his history of incidents with the school. What's your thoughts on this? Because that right there sounded ignorant.
It sounded very ignorant. Also, I don't know all the nitty-gritty yet as far as what he was going through with the school, but I don't think he had all that as they've been putting a lot out there in the media, I'll say, to try to tarnish him as a young man. And I don't know what's true and what's not. And that's something very common that they do with us. Us. So
But do you think it's black privilege? Because I feel like it was, from what I read, self-defense. But um, yeah, I think it was just self-defense. But people are painting it like he's what does black privilege look like?
I mean, in this case I don't think it was black privilege, but black privilege is a lot more rare than people try to make it sound. So let's start with that. Um, you know what I would say it is? It's or the way we use it, I guess, is like black people getting some of the same access as white people.
Mm,
Not all of it, because we definitely are not equal as far as how much access to things we get, but some of us getting some of the access to things that they can access, or some of the privileged ones can access. Like Oprah would be a good example,
Oh yeah, that's black
or
privilege.
like Tyler Perry. They have black privilege,
I
but
think
they're not like the majority of us though. There's only a few people who are in that category.
I really don't see it as, I know there's so many misinformation for this episode, for this story,
Mm-hmm.
but I think from what I told, they had a problem at the track meet. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think the boy threatened him. Uh, what's his name? Austin Metcalf threatened
Mm-hmm.
him, and they said the Carmelo Anthony. Sorry, that's a basketball legend name. That's crazy.
I know. I can't believe he has the exact same name.
Yeah,
It's spelled
Carmelo
differently.
Anthony said, and I quote, "You touch me, watch what's going to happen." Of course, you already know. Growing up in the Bronx in New York, you know you have always heard a black young man talk like that.
People talk
Um,
like that.
um, he touched him and he stabbed him. Um, Pretty simple. That's what people are saying. And then they had the audacity to compare it to that young man that went up to Buffalo, New York, went to a different
Mm-hmm.
state. You already know where I'm going at, and shot
Yeah.
up. Correct me if I'm wrong. He shot up because there's been so many deaths.
Shootings.
Yeah, shootings. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting. He shot up the supermarket,
And
right?
deaths. Mm-hmm. Top supermarket.
Yeah, he shot up the. I think I'm thinking of the wrong. There's been so many white people shooting. Um, are we talking about the same one?
Actually, we might be getting them confused.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a shooter that did go up
it
to
was under
the
Trump.
house.
I think it was under Trump's first time, and it was like this
Yeah.
white young
Wow. I can't
man.
believe it's been that long, but yeah.
I forgot, but yeah, he went on and said something about what he did was self defense, but no one wants to look at his act as self defense.
Right.
I believe he went to a different state. I got to figure this out, but
I
it's
think it is. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was. He did. Because he got caught after the one at the grocery store, but he had like a manifesto. He had other places he was going to hit after.
yeah,
He just so happened to get caught after the grocery store because he went
gotcha.
live on Facebook Live or something. But he had other places he was
You
going to do the
know,
same thing.
whether people like it or not, um, I'm sorry for the boy's loss. I believe stabbed him to death, but do you think he should at least get some time or something for stabbing him? Because regardless of his color, we can't like applaud him for, even though it was self defense. Something has to like take some
I
legal.
think I think we just have to get all of the details of the case first, like all of the details, because I mean, self-defense is one thing. Then there's levels to self-defense, and then murder is a whole other thing, and it's just levels to all of it. But we need all the facts first before we can make any decisions. And there are also people, you were saying that the bond got lowered.
Yeah, the
I mean,
bond
the
got
bail
the
got
bail.
lowered.
Yeah, I think they did a donate one of those
GoFundMe.
yeah, GoFundMe. We need one of those.
But the
Um,
but the judge who made the decision to lower it was actually a black woman. So they latched onto that real quick. Like, whoa,
really, it was a black woman.
Mhm. So the first thing they said was, she's doing that. She only did that because she's black and he's black. So it's a
Mm.
lot going on in that whole story. But I think we just need all the details before we can really make a real decision, especially before it goes fully to court.
I don't know. The media is so quick to turn this into a black versus white thing because it helps them
Hmm.
look like they're the hero and stuff like that. Why can't this just be two young men? And I know I'm stupid saying this, but two young men that had an altercation, and it came to the point where this other young man stabbed him to death because he provoked him. But we're so quick to look at the color, you know.
Yeah,
Because if this was a black on black crime, this wouldn't get that much attention like how it is. It
exactly.
would only get attention if it was a white, if it's the roles were reversed. There'll be a Black Lives Matter protest going on, and the white boy would, be like, "Oh, it was self defense and everything."
Right.
Now that it's a black man defending himself, and from what I heard, looked like he was in the right, while trying to turn a blind eye and point the finger. Um, so we'll keep an eye on it.
It's still developing, so we'll see.
Yeah.
As more information comes out.
So I want to get to our main discussion before we end the night. Why are black gay men fetishized in the gay community? I'm going to be looking at my notes and stuff because I wrote some stuff because me, you, our guest Vernon, I'm going to let Vernon in. He'll join us when he's ready. But we all are three black gay men. We are.
Me?
No?
I'm happy.
Oh, I just thought with your eyebrows. People automatically assume that I'm gay because of my eyebrows. Oh, she disappeared.
Hold on a second. Yeah, hold on a second.
Yeah. I'm gonna continue. They will join us when they're ready.
I'm ready.
Can you hear me? Anybody there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right, cool. So, in the gay community,
Sorry about that.
it's okay. In the gay community and these dating apps and stuff, there are always those people that are non-color or not black. They say that they don't like to date black men, but yet they're open to having sex with them because they assume every black man has a quote BBC big black cock, a big black clock. Or they always wanted to be fucked by an aggressive top because they assume every black man is an aggressive top. So why is it that gay black men are fetishized so much by white people? And Vernon, I'm gonna start with you. You ever had an experience like that, or?
No, I haven't. But I've seen it. I've heard about it. I guess it's just a fetish that they like. Everybody like what they like. Some like big dick, some like small. So, it's just what you like, I guess.
Do you ever feel belittled for some a white man just liking you and having assumptions and for the color of your skin?
No.
What about you, Quentin?
I feel a little different. I ain't a hoe or nothing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But no, I've had a lot of different experiences. And I've also had experiences with people outside of my race. And I will say that I have had situations where I have been fetishized by white men before, to the point where, people have assumed, just because you are black, you must have a BBC. Or I had one, this actually happened twice, where somebody wanted to call me nigger, white person, like, and have slave play. That's an automatic no for
Mm.
me. Like, no.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, I've had people actually go that far and actually ask like boldly, like maybe I'd be okay with that. But I think it goes back to it's not just us as far as gay black men, it's like black men in general. Goes back to slavery.
Right.
Like that's how people looked at us, or that's how white people looked at us. Like we were these animals, we were these sexual beings. We weren't human, and we were just like these sexual animals. And people still
Right.
kind of have that thought about us now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm as someone that gets put on the pedestal for being stereotyped. People black, tall, basketball, automatically not trying to figure out if that's what I like just because I look like that doesn't mean I'm. That's like saying, and I mean it's hard to find, but I'm racist, I know. But that's like saying every Dominican likes to play likes to play
Baseball.
baseball. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
But you're
um,
right, yeah.
um, I did a little research. Racial fetishism occurs when people stereotype someone for a different race or ethnic group by reducing them to physical trait or characteristics tied to culture stereotypes. The assumptions are often inaccurate and problematic,
Hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
mean not every black dude has a big dick. Just because they have a good looking body
No.
doesn't mean that they have a big dick. Doesn't mean they're hung. You know,
And
that's a
and
number.
every big dick ain't good because some people have
Um,
big dicks and don't know how to use them.
That part.
But
And it goes the other way too. I mean, just because somebody's white doesn't
yeah,
mean they have a small one either.
yeah,
right.
So, I mean, this all these things are just kind of assumptions.
they. What I don't like is the slavery role play. You ever had somebody that wanted to do slave role play where you're the slave and they want to call you a nigger because they think it's hot and
Oh,
part of
oh no.
the
Oh
role
no.
play. You ever had that,
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Quentin?
Oh, I thought you were asking Vernon. No, I totally
No,
have.
it's
Yeah.
open season
Oh
for
no, when I was
whoever.
like describing that, I was talking about that had happened to me. Yeah. And I was the first time it happened, I was really thrown off. I was like, what? Like, did you just ask me that for real? Like a real question? But yeah, it's happened 2 or 3 times. So,
Well,
and you know what? There are some black men who are okay with that.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't want to yuck somebody else's yum. Whatever you're into is fine, I guess. But just I can't, on behalf of my ancestors. Well, first of all, I wouldn't have fun with it, but also on behalf of my ancestors. Like, I can't have you whipping me and calling me nigger.
yeah.
And no,
Right.
absolutely not. No. Mm-mm.
Well, here's a little hint for whoever's watching this. Signs that you're fetishizing. Keep in mind, I found this on Facebook. So if I give credit to, I don't know who sent this. Um, I'll give them credit later. But signs that you're fetishizing. When you only date black men but don't know about black culture.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
When you
Mm-hmm.
use terms like chocolate, thug, or BBC.
Uh-huh.
When you make assumptions about sexual roles.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't see black men be yeah, when you don't see black men beyond the bedroom. That's how
Mm.
you know that you are fetishizing. That's like if I'm a white
So
man.
when they don't see them, so when they don't see us beyond the bedroom, how do they see us?
So, for example, like if they see you only for a quick fuck, or they probably think every black person has a good sex, they don't see you for somebody else. They don't see you as somebody who has a business owner, or somebody that has a good heart, someone that has a good integrity,
Mm-hmm.
somebody that is fun to be around, have a good conversation, has a good
Yeah.
career. They're just looking at the color of your skin and then assuming, all right, cool, this person's probably good in bed. That's all I really want from that person. And that's different from a hookup because they're automatically thinking, all right, I'm probably going to have the best sex with this black man. He's probably going to rock my world. He's probably going to, gang bang me because that's what every black man do in the porn, it seems.
Hmm.
So stuff like that.
And add on that too, like when it comes to that, there are definitely white men who would never be seen out with a black man. Don't even really talk to black people when they're out in public. Might even turn their nose up like they're better than, in public.
Mm-hmm.
But then late at night, they'll be on Grinder or even on Jacked or, any of the
Hmm.
sites where they're just grinding through. And then they see a black man on there and they're like, want to come over? What you doing? But during the daytime, they would never even give you the time of day. It's like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, I was just reading more stuff. Black men aren't kinks; they're people. They're treated like sex objects and not full humans. They are. We are.
We
Um,
are.
you know. And what? Why can't black people just have things to themselves? The BLO. You ever been on the BLK app?
Mm-mm.
BLK.
Never
It's
did.
a dating app for well, I thought it was supposed to be black men. Doesn't matter the orientation. I thought it was supposed to be for black people.
Hmm.
White people heard, and I'm swiping because
And they came over.
they came over. It's like,
They can't
damn,
stay away from us.
they can't.
They can't stay away from us. When I tell you,
What do you see? Do you see this being a big problem in the gay community, and why haven't people been talking about it? Or maybe are we just overreacting? Or maybe it needs to be, you know, you
I
know.
think, I don't know. I think that it's kind of, I don't have any problem with different races mixing and stuff like that. I mean, we all live on this planet, so
Mhm.
we all got to share this planet together. But I think with our stuff and our culture and black culture, sometimes we're a little too free to let people in,
Mhm.
especially white people. And then they can tend to get comfortable. Not everybody, but they can tend to get comfortable and start trying to like change our stuff or claim our stuff, you know. So we just need to be a little more careful about who and how we let people into our culture,
Mhm.
you know.
I agree.
Definitely. And if we having black people, I mean, we're having some white people around us. Let's think about the desire versus fetish. There was some notes I took. There's a big difference. Desire is rooted in connection and mutual respect. Fetish is reduced to someone, to a body or a role. So ask yourself, would I care about him outside of sex? That should be like, do I see myself really caring for him? Like, is this just a fetish or a desire? Um,
Hmm.
I thought this fell under the umbrella because this is kind of actually gay, our gay community episode part 3. So I thought it fell under because I think that's a problem in the gay community. Um,
Definitely.
and while I'm at it, I want to throw something else. Um, I want us as as gay people in general, not focus so much on their materialistic stuff. Um,
Hmm.
I think we become a community where we're so busy about trying to be the Joneses, wear the nice clothes and stuff. How about you actually get to know some people? Because there's some real cool people in this community. And, I'm looking at 2 of them right now. I met Quentin on A4A, me and Vernon. I don't even know how long where we met. But not everybody is like materialistic.
Not with
Not everybody's materialistic and shallow. I think that's the one thing I hear the most when I was like coming up. coming out or whatever, that there's a lot of people who are shallow and materialistic. Not everybody like that, but I have seen it, you know. So hopefully we really truly be a little bit kinder to each other, and yeah. And listen, I ain't shitting on anybody that want to be fetishized by a white man. White man, do your thing, because I notice a lot these black men, they get bank off you.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
true.
white meat.
Yeah.
You don't like white meat.
I hear some black people say that too.
Yeah. But
I'm
yeah,
open.
a lot of black men, they say they gin. Like there was this black dude I was trying to link
Oh
with,
yeah.
and he told me that he's gin because he charges white men.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you want to make money
Mm.
off a white man, go for it. They clearly, you know how many people want to see a white man love my feet?
Start you
And
with
they,
They love
OnlyFans
feet.
and take
yeah,
pictures of your feet
yeah, right,
or do videos with your feet. There are people on there who really just do that. So I
yeah,
mean that is something you can do. Just saying.
um,
But it's true, people will pay for that.
yeah. So, but before we go, I always like to show a little video of. Did we show the thing about Ray J?
Mm-mm.
Let me see if I can find it.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, I don't even.
What did Ray J do?
Yeah, I'm about to. I should have it. I do. I don't think I do. Can you see me?
I see you.
Oh. Um.
Ray J
I
is one
don't.
of those people, no matter what he does, I always feel like I want to like give him a hug.
So I can. I
Like he's
remember.
like my brother or something.
So I remember the story. I can just. Kaya Sent. What did I say his name right? Kasent.
Oh, Kai Cenat.
Yeah, sure. Um. He had he had Ray J on.
Kai Cenat. I'm sorry.
He had Ray J on the phone, and he was talking about how he wants to take a shower with him and Ice Speed, and you know, the live streamer was like, you know, feeling some type of way because, well, I guess there was a scene where they do a sleepover. Ice
That's
Speed
something
and
they do.
so yeah, everybody's like, yo, he's acting funny, he's acting weird. I don't know what's going on for him, but that was a little, because how old are they? They're like mad young, right? 24, 23?
They're probably in their early
Hmm.
20s. Yeah.
Early teens,
No, early 20s. Early 20s.
early 20s.
Yeah, early
Oh
20s.
shit.
I mean, they're adults, but I don't really understand the context that Ray J was talking about it. Like Ray says a lot of just off the wall stuff all the time.
You
So
you heard about that, Vernon? About
Mm-mm.
Ray J wanting to take a shower with Ice Speed and Kai Cent?
Mm-mm. He probably do.
Hmm.
you never know with Ray J though. Ray J is just I don't want to diagnose anybody with anything because I am not a psychiatrist, but I don't know. He displays some of the same kinds of things as Kanye. Not on the like as bad as Kanye,
Yeah,
but you know, he might be a little touched. I don't know.
gotcha.
He been
I
touched
don't
by an angel.
He's been touched by an angel.
He might be touched by an angel. Who knows? Lord.
But all right. Well, Vernon, I thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you very
And
much.
forgive
It was
me,
nice to
forgive
meet
me,
you.
y'all. I was back here doing stuff,
No, all
but
good.
Oh, okay.
I was alert.
Gotcha. I appreciate you coming on though,
Thank you.
Of
and you look nice.
course.
Yeah.
Thank you. I try.
All right. So I'll definitely talk to you later, boss man.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right.
All right, you too.
All right. All right.
Um, this was our 16th episode. You know that?
Number
16.
16.
Yeah, number 16.
That's pretty
Um,
cool.
yeah,
Sweet 16. Sweet
Sweet
16.
16. Yeah. Like I said, me and Quentin, we will be heading to Jersey, leaving it at that. I'm not going to give out no more information. And we be part of the
Yep.
Don't Get Me Started podcast. And I'm so honored and so excited because there won't be no green screen. You'll see me and him, the height comparison and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So please, if you haven't already, check out Don't Get Me Started podcast. Marlon is an amazing host. I can't wait to see him again. And we'll be
Mm-hmm.
back next week.
We had a good
This-
energy.
Yeah. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us. Like us on Facebook. Like us on YouTube. We're working on Apple TV. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode.
Apple Music.
Apple Music. What did I say?
Yeah. Apple TV. I mean, hey, you know what? You might be speaking it out there already. Let me let it happen. Maybe Apple TV too. All right.
Yeah. You never know. And
You never know.
little advice. When the odds look against you, whoever needs this, Pavel, push through. Don't give up. Life is a fucking bitch. But if you overcome it, you look it square in the eyes and say, I'm not scared. I can take on anything that comes my way. You'll get far. I wanted to give up this week due to something that was going on. Quentin knows. I was a little impatient. But sometimes you pray hard, you have faith. Usually it comes your way. You just gotta hang on there. You know? That's all I gotta say. I apologize if I was unprofessional because I usually have my slides and stuff and I like to have my research. But it was a good episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
It's just been a lot going on this week, y'all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you for the 60 subscribers, by the way. I want to take
Yes,
the time.
thank you all.
We started with 11 and then we got to 50 by the grace of God and by you guys just tuning in to see whatever the hell me and Quentin got to say. And I appreciate that. 60 now. Let's get to 100. Let's keep it going.
We can do it.
We can do it. So I want to thank you for taking the time to tune in. I know some people was upset with me because on Spotify it's pretty long. It's a long episode. We went an hour
The last
week.
episode.
I'm about
An
to
hour
end
and
it
a
in
half.
because we about to get to 60. So I don't want nobody yelling. So yeah, thank you all, and we'll definitely see you. Why am I over here? I'm like all the way. Let me look at you people. Square. We will see you
We're all over the place tonight.
all next Monday. You have a beautiful, blessed night. Be safe. Quentin, say bye to the people.
Bye, everybody. Y'all be safe. One love. Peace.